I think I'm not sure we felt too much pressure from when we finished the last tour to when we started this album. I think we have like our own like a personal musical pressure that we put on ourselves, which is just purely to find something new or create music that we like or feel like we're touching on new ground in some kind of way. So it's like a kind of internal pressure on the band. But I mean, we were so lucky to be able to play all these massive stadiums on the last album, which was insane and overwhelming and amazing. So, but I think once we finished that, we wanted to kind of close the book on the Resistance tour, have a bit of time off, and then when we come to approach the new music, we kind of feel very fresh, But the pressure is mainly just for ourselves to, enjoy making the music that we're making.
Yeah, Survival's a pretty passionate track. Yeah. Survival's kind of like kind of a track, pretty big track with lots of stuff on it. Put like a choir on it and stuff.
Exactly, yeah. I mean, the song's almost about that kind of pure, like, deep determination to kind of win or succeed in something. Could be anything, And I don't know. It could be parallel to the band in some ways. I think the band's always had a lot of very kind of strong ambition. I think even from a very early stage. I think even when we were 16, 17, when we'd only really been in the band for a couple of years, I mean, we all had like big ideas, I suppose, about what we wanted to try and achieve with the band, and some of those things we have done, which is insane. But I think, the ambition's always been big. I think the ambition now is the same as it used to be when we were kids. I think it still seems like there's so much more to do and hopefully achieve with the band.
The song for the Olympics came about. We were kind of started making the album already, and then the Olympics approached us to ask. They mentioned they were looking for a song for the Olympics, but nothing was really set in stone. So that was kind of in the back of our minds when we were making the album. The song Survival was kind of probably going to be on the album anyway, but I think when we were writing the song, we kind of definitely had the Olympics in mind at a certain point. So I think we definitely pushed it to its furthest limits, because of that. And the Olympics approached us when we finished the album to ask us to play the ending ceremony, and we said we'd love to play this song. And they heard the song then for the first time, and they really liked it, and they said they wanted to use it for like sports highlights and in the stadium when athletes are coming in and out and stuff. So it seemed like a cool idea. Oh yeah, for sure. The album, when we're making the album, when we're watching the news, constantly we're seeing like stuff about the euro crisis, the banking crisis, all this economic stuff. I kind of wanted to try and gain like a deeper understanding of what's behind it. That's what got me interested in the second law, energy dependence and peak oil and that kind of stuff. So that's why the trailer seems to have all this kind of stuff about energy going on in it. It's kind of like the sort of relationship we have to energy, how we always seem to want more energy, but energy is always decreasing. That's kind of definitely a theme on the album. I think that was influenced. Songs like Animals, Explorers, and also Second Law Part 1, Part 2 is very much influenced by the kind of economic crisis of the last few years, for sure. So the album definitely has this album definitely has some more personal songs on than the previous album, for sure. I think definitely the experience of having a baby and stuff, definitely like the song like Follow Me is definitely influenced by that. The song Follow Me, actually, at the very beginning of the song Follow Me, actually, I have a recording of my son's heartbeat on it. That's how the song starts. And, so it's definitely some more personal songs. I think the dubstep genre has kind of got really quite heavy recently, and it's kind of almost, when you go to the concerts, it's almost like being at a rock concert, but the performance you're watching is often just like a guy with a laptop, so it's kind of like the visual side is kind of not really like a live experience. And I think we wanted to kind of challenge ourselves as musicians to kind of see if we could play something in that style using our own instruments, because it's guitar, bass and drums and also orchestra stuff. So it was kind of like really a challenge against kind of electronica to see if organic instruments can sort of have the same soundscape, So that definitely had a little bit of influence on that song. Working with David Campbell was great. I mean, I was working on arrangements for quite a while on the album, using kind of samples and synthesizers and things like that. So it was nice to work with somebody who was able to transcribe that and actually convert it so that we can work with real musicians. We wanted to incorporate lots of additional musicians on this album, so we worked with a full orchestra on Unsustainable and also Supremacy, and also we worked with a brass section on Supremacy and also
Panic Station.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and also had we had a full choir on a couple of songs as well. A full choir on Survival and on Second Law Part 2 and Second Law Part 1.
Yeah, Unsustainable.
Yeah, so it was good working with somebody who was used to working with a large number of musicians, and it made definitely added a different dimension to the album.